Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. All sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace, the helpful place. A few showers for some of you overnight, especially to the north of us. We're still seeing some lingering showers this morning. We're not quite done with the wet weather just yet. As you can see, there are scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms rolling a little bit south of Clarksville, Tennessee, toward Dixon and headed toward Nashville. Some of those moving a little more northeast. We could see some of those encroach on the Kentucky border. So look for more scattered showers this morning for some of you. There's even a little shower right over Russellville at this hour, about 4:45 as I record this podcast. Showers up toward the Lexington area and then over toward the Cumberland Plateau. Here's the thing to notice, though. Even though it looks like it's quiet back to the west, there's a couple of boundaries. You see those broken lines there along the Ohio River and the Wabash River. Those are disturbances that will be moving through. And then the main cold front, which is still back to the west of us this morning, still yet to move through southern Illinois and the Boot Heel of Missouri and western Kentucky. That is going to be the focus for more thunderstorm activity this morning and maybe even this afternoon. Now, given a little bit of daytime heating, we could be looking at some stronger thunderstorm activity, especially if you live along and east of Interstate 65. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has most of you in a risk of severe weather. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 levels. There's 4, yeah, but that light green area, that's general thunderstorms. General thunderstorms. Uh, but the severe threat is from that dark green area. That's a level 1 marginal threat through the Bowling Green area and just right along Interstate 65. And then to the east of that, through Lexington down to Corbin, looks like it takes in maybe Wayne County, the Monticello area, Clinton, Cumberland counties, maybe even the Somerset area. That's a level 2 slight risk for severe weather. And then a level 3 enhanced risk for severe weather. That's the highest threat that we see on this take from the Storm Prediction Center. They're going I-75 east for that level 3 enhanced risk. So there are still some elements on the table that with some daytime heating, all the mugginess that's in the air. I mean, yesterday afternoon and evening, it's almost like you could hardly breathe. It's just so thick. I mean, it's really thick. The moisture content is really thick. So I think anywhere, let's just call it this, anywhere from I-65 east is just in that area of possibility where we could see some strong to possibly severe thunderstorms come later today. Even this morning, we could see some redevelopment of thunderstorms. You saw those down into Tennessee trying to move a little further north and east into Kentucky. It's a possibility that when the sun comes up, we get just a little bit of heating with all that available moisture, that mugginess, that thick moisture that's in the air. It may not take long for things to refire. So that is going to be the big story for today. I don't see it being a big threat necessarily here in the Bowling Green area, but still, we'll need to be, watchful for whatever begins to develop today. Here's a look at current Kentucky mesonet temperatures on this Monday morning. Everybody is in the very muggy 70s. Look at all these, even mid 70s. Whew. Here in Bowling Green. Some of the warmest temperatures, 77 at both mesonet sites up at the Corvette plant and down toward the Western Ag Expo Center. And then you got 75, 73, 74, 75, 76, 70. It's just terribly, terribly muggy out there this morning. And so, with all that very high moisture content, like I said, it may only take just a little bit of sunlight to spark showers and thunderstorms. And some of those could be some heavy rainers. And then, with more exposure to the sun longer, uh, to the east, that's where the severe weather threat really takes shape. This morning, we're starting mainly clear to partly cloudy. There are the clouds down in Tennessee with some of those thunderstorms you saw on the radar, but I do think some cloudiness today may prevent us from getting too much in the way of severe weather at first, but then later today, things are going to kick up. Here's a look at the 10-day blender, and we're going to go low to mid 80s for the next several days, and then stay mainly in the mid 80s as we head into next week. I don't see any real heat, nor do I see any kind of a cool down. There will be a couple of times as we get into tomorrow in which we find some less humid air trying to work in for just a short time. I think Tuesday, as far as no rain, no thunderstorms, and no big heat, tomorrow is going to be really the only day that we get that kind of a break from all the rainfall and the heaviness, the thickness that is in the air that we're feeling this morning and will certainly feel today. All right, here's a look at the model map, and you will be able to see for sure here just how things are going to play out. Here's some of the activity this morning that's just north of us, those little boundaries that I showed you there, those little disturbances, those short waves that are passing through the atmosphere. Those can set off showers any place, anytime. But the main event, if you want to call it that, is the cold front that is back to the west that is yet to move through, but it's going to move through today. And what it's going to do is set off that next round. You can see it develop here, right there. Later this morning, we'll see some development right in the middle part of Kentucky as those disturbances come through. The front still back to the west. We get a little daytime heating, and that's all that it's going to take. And then this is where the severe weather threat really becomes an issue. As you can see here, all these little individual clusters of thunderstorms, those from about I-75 east are the ones, or maybe even I-65 east, as you go out the Cumberland Parkway in that direction, or 80 in that direction. It's going to be potentially severe thunderstorm activity into the afternoon and evening. But again, the cold front will still be back here about like that. So this is all development ahead of the cold front. And so not until that cold front passes all the way through are we out of the woods for strong to possibly severe thunderstorms. Here we go into the afternoon and evening hours. Still see some development here. Even over southern Kentucky, there will be some renegade storms that we'll have to watch. But after sunset, the front finally comes through and we clear things out and even bring in some temporary less humid air for Tuesday. Here we go into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and then into Wednesday. Everything looking pretty quiet at first. But this, let me circle this. This is what we're going to watch. Here's a warm front that is going to be like that area of low pressure that is back here. And this is a mesoscale convective system, MCS, another one of those wind-driven complexes that we've seen before. And as you can tell with this, guess where it's going to go? Right in here. And it's going to go certainly western Kentucky, probably affect us here in southern Kentucky. This is on Wednesday. So we're looking at this, and the models are right now in pretty good agreement. Usually, when these things form 2 or 3 days out, they're kind of in disagreement with whether it's going to hold together, whether it's going to fall apart, which direction it's going to go, because these things are so fickle. But we'll be in that outer ring, that outer dome of the path of this thing. We'll be on the periphery of it. And it does look like sometime Wednesday afternoon or evening, that complex of thunderstorms is going to roll right in here and bring us potentially damaging wind, very heavy rain, lots of lightning. You know the drill. So we'll have to watch Wednesday to see what develops from that. But at least tomorrow we get a break and enjoy a nice day to, maybe do some yard prep or, mow the lawn or whatever before the next round of rain and thunderstorms. Here's a look at the surface map. And we get this outflow boundary, a couple of those disturbances. Here comes the main front, showers and thunderstorms, any place, any time today with just a little daytime heating. We've got the available moisture. Boy, you can feel it. Here we go into the afternoon and evening. The showers and the thunderstorms move east along with the frontal boundary. Here's our high pressure taking over for one day on Tuesday, tomorrow being a very nice day for all of us. But then we start to see out west developing storms, showers, and then another cold front dropping out of Canada. These things just keep coming, and then the ones that move south of us get hung up and they just sit there. And so what happens is you get low pressure systems that form, and here's our complex that's going to roll in here on Wednesday, especially Wednesday afternoon and evening. The fronts try to connect by this disturbance, by this little shortwave, low pressure to low pressure, front to the north, stalled system to the south with a little bit of warmer air coming in. It's just really a more of an unsettled setup as we get into the latter half of the week and into the weekend. Yes, there are going to be continual chances for showers and thunderstorms. There's Saturday. Just that front sits right over us. Here's the front to the north. Squeeze play going on again as we get into Sunday. Even though it's not painted in, yes, there's still more activity. Still more stuff, still more unsettled weather, still more moisture. The pattern doesn't look to change anytime soon. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, the only day that we get some sort of a break from some of this wet weather activity. By the way, yesterday's high was 89. It felt warmer than that because of the mugginess in the air. So we were only 1 degree shy of average, which is 90. And at the airport, they picked up 35 hundredths of an inch of rain. Today, we're looking at that chance of scattered showers, coverage about 30 to 40%, but higher as you go east of Bowling Green and east of I-65. That's where the higher moisture content will be and the better chance for maybe a few strong to severe storms. And today's high will be more into the mid 80s. All right, I'm headed to Sam 100.7 on your radio this morning to get the morning show on the radio kicked off. In the meantime, enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. As always, God bless you, and I will see you on the radio.